Hello! Hello, Wayfarers and Rooksville Ravens. Welcome back to a long-awaited episode. God, this has been on hold for so while. It feels like forever since we've played this game. But welcome back to our Monster Hearts series, the penultimate episode of this first season of Monster Hearts. Very, very exciting stuff. I am Badger. I am your master of ceremonies throughout this journey. With me, as always, I have Paul, Sarah, Fee, and Days, who are here to join me in a wonderful story of high school and romance and alien queens and monsters. Uh, when last we left off in this story, man, a lot of stuff happened. Um, so much stuff that I feel like I should have probably rewatched the episode before today. But
Feel that.
yeah, 100% feeling that. But for the purposes of those who are watching, who maybe didn't catch up on the latest episode, in which case I strongly suggest you do because it was a great episode. We had the continuation of the romance between Nigel and Felicity, which resulted in Felicity opening up to him quite a bit more and showing a bit more of her true side rather than just the poppy side of her personality. We had some confrontation slash kind of reconciliation with Jessica, the werewolf who had turned both Kitty and Cassidy into wolves. Cassidy remained as horny as she's ever been.
Yeah.
Just aggressively attracted to every single character that she seems to meet in this game.
It should be no other way.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we had the beginnings of a plan starting to hatch amongst the group to go against our queen Poppy, which somehow, and this is why I should have rewatched it because I forget how we got to this conclusion, but somehow we got to the conclusion that Cassidy was gonna do a promposal to Poppy.
Nigel made a joke.
Yeah.
Oh
I
God,
think
I
it was
remember.
literally Paul made a joke.
Paul made a joke, and then
Yeah.
that
And
ended
that's
up being
what's
a
happening.
thing that happened. We also met an NPC that we hadn't really spent any time with yet, which was quite funny to bring out, which was Jeremy, the sort of kind of artsy goth kid, who just like happened to be working in the store that you guys were in when that happened, and thought that was really funny. But the episode ended with Poppy in and her crew in the mall, and Felicity down at the I've forgotten what we called it, the bunker.
Another bunker.
Yes, down at the bunker. With them seemingly having simultaneous freakouts, accompanied by some kind of very severe pains in their heads, during which time Poppy and her crew in the mall just kind of freaked out and started panicking, whereas Felicity, with a strong sense of cohesion during that moment, revealed to Nigel that Poppy had some kind of plan that was centered around prom, before everyone snapped back into their normal selves. Simultaneously with this, a bunch of fire engines started making their way back to the Tennyson lumber mill for the second time in this game. However, the events of that happening triggered something inside of Poppy. And to re-give the description of what was said, because it is, for some reason, not opening up for me, because it is very apt.
You want me to read it?
I have
From my
got it.
perspective.
Ooh.
Poppy, yeah, you can read it from your perspective.
They failed me. This whole mess is their fault. And why should you have to suffer for consequences of their idiocy? I need to make an example out of each of them. A cruel and unwavering example. This is you escape your darker self when you relinquish part of your power to someone more deserving, or when you destroy an innocent person in order to prove your might.
Indeed. And with that, our Queen Poppy turned into her darkest self. And that was where we left off. With that in mind, Poppy, you are in the mall with the majority of your crew, minus a couple of people, including Felicity, who is out with Nigel still, and I believe we said that Scarlet wasn't currently present, if I remember correctly. What would you like to do?
I'll stand up and just glare around the space for a minute. I need to be alone. Leave me alone. And she'll just walk away and start to head home for a minute.
Okay. You storm off out of the mall. Your posse kind of looking concerned amongst themselves. After a few moments disperse, as you walk out, get into your car and head back to your...
So I'm gonna go into the house.
Yep.
And find the stash of ecstasy that is in the house.
Of course.
What time of day is it?
At this point in time, I believe it was kind of, I believe it was about mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Because if I recall correctly, Nigel and Felicity had had a lunch date earlier that day. So probably about mid-afternoon, yeah.
And I saw Cassidy and Kitty, they were all at the mall.
Cassidy and Kitty were at the mall.
Did I see Ben at all?
Was Ben with you guys at the mall? I'm trying to remember now.
I don't think he was, no.
No, I don't think Ben was at the mall.
Okay. What I'd like to do is get in my car and go near where Ben's house is, park a distance away from his house, and then walk.
Okay. You,
and I met...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so you...
And if it's midday, I'll probably wait a little bit. Not too long. Actually, I don't think she would wait. Never mind. she's too angry.
No, absolutely. So yeah, you arrive home in a fury. Go into your secret stash, not so secret stash. Poppy's parents aren't going to argue if they found drugs in her house. Take one of your tablets and just have this kind of moment.
I don't take one.
Oh, you take.
I take
a bunch of these tablets.
Yes.
And sort of there's this almost like psychedelic montage of Poppy just lying on the sofa as the room kind of spins around her for a bit.
Oh, I
as
think
she
you're confused.
Formulates her plan.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
She's not taking the drugs. She is
Apologies.
gathering
Okay.
them.
You gather up the pills, formulating this devious plan in your head. My apologies. I thought when you said you were taking the pills,
No, I am gathering like a stash of them.
Cool.
Putting them
That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, sorry. You collect a bunch of these pills, formulating this devious plan in your head, and head back to your car, driving down to the street where Ben lives, and then yeah.
And then I'll go up to the door, and I'll start knocking really fast.
Okay. You knock on the door, and you hear some movement behind the door, and the door opens up on the chain, and you see Ben look out at you.
Ben, can you let me in, please?
Poppy, what?
Please.
Sure. He closed the door and takes the chain off and opens the door to let you in.
I'll come in and I'll close the door quickly behind me.
Right.
Thank you so much. I was just walking and like there was this really weird guy and I just got really scared.
Okay, no, that's fine. You want me to like, I can call the cops or something, or?
No, it's just want to hang out for a second. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Sit down. I'll get. You want a drink or something?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
All right, cool. Go sit down. Catch your breath. I'll get a drink.
Okay. And so when he leaves the room, I want to look around. Does he have a bag around?
Yeah. So like on the back of one of the kitchen chairs, there's a there is a school backpack that you recognize as his.
I will stuff the bag of ecstasy in the bottom of the bag.
Cool. Okay. You you slide the pills into the bottom of the bag. Oh wow, we've gone dark already. Okay, yeah, you
And
do that.
And then I'm going to sit down and just continue trying to collect myself.
Cool. He comes back into the room with a couple of root beers. That's an American drink. There we go, root beers.
It is.
Hands one to you. Takes one himself and said, "You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm starting to.
Alright.
Thanks for letting me in.
No, it's that's fine. Like what was happening was.
I was just, trying to clear my head. Ben, I want to apologize. Like, when you're at my house and I came on really strong, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
No, I mean, it's, I'm with Kitty and that's like really important. So I didn't want, it wasn't so much you as much as just my situation. I don't want to screw things up with Kitty.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys have been like off and on all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's.
So I mean, like, does she actually take it seriously?
I hope so.
Does she take you seriously, or is she just like, sorry, but kind of like using you?
I feel like you're trying to do a shutdown.
I mean, sure.
So, why don't you go ahead and roll with cold for me?
Okay. What am I? Okay. 2d6.
2d6 plus your cold.
Ooh, that's an 11.
It's an 11. That is a success. Okay, so you can choose. So you can choose kind of mechanically what happens here.
Okay.
I don't believe Ben has any strings on you.
No.
Which. Yeah, Ben doesn't seem to have any strings on you. Does anyone have any strings on you guys? Yeah, no, none of these guys have any strings on you. So you can, in that case, you can either gain a string on him, you can give him a condition, or you can take one forward. Which basically, take one forward is you add a +1 to your next roll against him.
All right. I think I'll take the. Well, the string does the same thing, doesn't it? I'll take a string.
Take the string? You got it. Yeah, strings can be used for more things as well, so.
Yeah. I think that's
Okay.
this one.
Give you the string. He goes. I don't know. I like to think that she feels happier being with me than not. It sure seems to.
But like, why does she keep going?
Like last time we broke up, it was because Cass had just moved into town and she didn't want to be distracted from taking care of her cousin. That's what she said. So,
Like, if she really did care about you, why would that make a difference? To like fully break up, like that doesn't seem fair on you.
no, I guess
I think when she says like that wouldn't be fair on you, like she'd probably like put a hand on his knee.
Cool. Go ahead and make a roll with Hot. For turning on.
That is, and it's 11 again.
Oh god. All right, so you gain another string on him. First and foremost, and then he takes a reaction. He either gives himself over to you, promises you something he thinks that you want, or gets embarrassed and acts awkward. I think at this stage in the conversation, he starts. As you put your hand on his knee, he kind of tenses up for a moment and just goes, no, it's like it doesn't matter because I enjoy being with her and things are, I'm happy being with her, so it's it's good, and I'm
Are you uncomfortable?
no,
Because I'm like, you're like, I'm so comfortable with you. Like, I know it seems weird, but a lot of the times I feel really alone. But I don't feel alone with you. Can I spend a string?
Sure. What do you want to pull a string for?
I want him to kiss me.
Okay. You
Go big or go home.
No, I got it. Yeah.
I mean, fair played, but How dare you?
You pull the string, and like sitting there on the sofa with him, saying this. You kind of like do the thing, you like tip your head down and then just kind of look up into his eyes. He looks back at you for a moment and still seems very tense in the situation, but is trying to kind of hide that. But eventually, as you guys are talking, he slowly leans in closer and kisses you.
Nice.
And he sort of lingers there for a moment before kind of pulling back, just going, sorry, that was,
That was nice. And she'll kiss him.
okay.
That was inappropriate.
You kiss him back.
My goal is for everyone to hate Poppy as much as possible.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna happen
You're
with this one.
succeeding very well on this.
Pulled you out, by the way. Damn. Just like, does she really care? Gosh.
I mean, I guess in this situation, like, how far is Poppy willing to take this? Because
I mean, she'll go as far as she can in this moment. She knows what she's about. She knows what she's going to do.
fair enough.
She's in her darker self right now. Doesn't
Yeah.
care about anybody else.
No, she. Really
I have
is.
3 more strings on him. I will spend all of them.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Yeah, I mean, you got an 11 to turn him on, and then played a string on him. So, I think Poppy starts kissing him again. And he just gives in completely. And eventually pulls away and takes Poppy by the hands and kind of just leads her up the stairs with him, and takes her into his room. At which point, things fade to black for on that encounter.
To be fair, I want to be clear. She's not staying to cuddle. She will go.
Yeah, no, fair.
Oh.
I would expect nothing less from Poppy. But then if Ben sleeps with Poppy, I'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do.
Well, to be fair, you'll know that he slept with somebody. You may assume whatever you want, but
I mean,
Yes.
true, but my first thought would probably go to Poppy anyway.
Absolutely, yeah.
Paranoia is built up high enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also
Um,
if anyone was going to be that much of a bitch, it was going to be Poppy.
Ben gains the condition one of them. And we will cut back to the mall with Kitty and Cassidy. After this whole fiasco with the prom. Jesus Christ, that's an awful word. What the heck is going on?
Promposal.
Promposal. Goodness me.
I don't know, I think it went great.
Yeah, after that whole situation, you guys witnessed Poppy's entire crew, including Poppy herself, just have a mini freak out in the mall and just start panicking for a moment before immediately falling back into line until Poppy dismissed everyone quite aggressively and stormed off. What is going on with you
Ooh.
guys?
Okay, I would have followed her. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I was like, that would be the first time that I'd actually ever seen Poppy angry.
Yeah.
Like, I'd seen her a bit, obviously, like, bitchy and annoyed and stuff, but the first time I'd seen her properly angry, and then the fact that all of her, as I affectionately call them, minions, obviously all had the same reaction at the same time. It's going to immediately be, where the hell is she going, and what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I think Cassidy would probably turn to Kitty and be like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Pass.
Do you think something with those like brain worms?
I mean, at this point, anything's possible.
I think we should definitely follow her.
Yeah, I've never seen Poppy angry before.
Maybe we should let Nigel know as well, because isn't he with Felicity?
We can page him, get him to meet
Yeah.
us somewhere.
Yeah. So I think that's, as we're kind of like, I think Cassidy would probably start following Poppy out as much as we can, and paging at the same, trying to be like, Nigel, what the fuck just happened? Do you know what happened? I don't know how pages work. Shit.
You had to make a phone call to like an operator and pass the message on.
The message on the pager is like one
Oh.
word.
Yeah.
15
Numbers.
characters or something, I think. Yeah.
So 15 characters, I'm calling this dude and being like, alien worm brain fuck up.
No, it would probably be call this number or whatever.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know. Letting him, Nigel, know that something's going on and following Poppy.
I wish I could be judgmental on this, but I would kind of wrote after that point. Like when pages were a big thing, so I have no clue how pages work.
Yeah, can't judge me. I only just figured out the mobile.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So you, after seeing this like mini freak out from everyone, you immediately find a nearby payphone, call through and leave the page for Nigel. Nigel, you're still down at the bunker with Felicity, who completely like flipped out, started spouting off all this stuff about Poppy and the prom, and then immediately just snapped back into her kind of Poppy click personality.
Do I remember that she sort of run off after that as well? I'm not quite sure. I thought she'd sort of made excuses and left.
Yeah, I think she may have, because yeah, she was not too happy about it. I really wish I could keep this hat on my head, but I have too much hair. For anyone who's wondering, this is the Rooksville Ravens cap, which is available. I think I got this on Cotton Cart, but it might have been Redbubble. Either way, both stores are available on our website, wayfarersleague.com, along with this Wayfarers League t-shirt as well, because I'm just sporting all the merch today, but I am in the house because it's driving me up the wall because my hair is too long for this stuff. Yes, so yes, I believe you're right, Felicity. I think did run off as soon as the freak out had happened, and she'd kind of stepped back and then almost like, especially because we know, especially because we know of the alien origin of whatever this is, almost like the mothership is calling me, and she kind of just left. Left the situation, but you get this page come through from Cassidy asking you to call a number, which, where you are, there are no phones, but it would be very easy for you to get to a place where there is a phone because you're a ghost and you can pretty much fly. So
Yes, it'd be sensible if she just told me where she was. That would have been a better message, but hey.
I mean, we could also have potentially done that, but I feel like it was a panic moment of going, shit, Nigel's with someone.
I think there's no retconning Cassidy's stupidity, so I think we
Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think Nigel's probably quite weirded out by what's happened. Will happily just sort of ghost himself, sort of probably not even that directly towards where he thinks the phone might be, whilst he's trying to sort of work out what the heck that was.
you you head out quickly, sort of using your ghostly abilities to move a lot faster than you normally would, just by essentially kind of gliding along the street rather than fully running. Eventually get yourself to a payphone, which you're able to use to contact the number that Cassidy left. Cassidy, the phone that you're calling from, it starts ringing, and you guys are connected on the phone to Nigel.
I was sorry, really quickly. Kitty, did you stay with me or did you follow Poppy?
I probably would have stayed with you, to be fair, because we wouldn't really have had any way to communicate.
Yeah, that was
if
my
I'd
thinking.
gone.
Yeah, that was my
So I'd probably
thinking.
just be like standing there, like, "Come on, Nigel! Come on, Nigel! Pick the fucking phone, Nigel!"
The 90s.
Fun times for everyone.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just like, Nigel,
When you just
where are
had
you?
to hope that
Type
your
thing,
children
yeah.
came home after being out.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And then I think it has to be like, Nigel, where are you?
Oh, I'm just by a payphone. Where are you? Oh, is that me or is that Days gone?
What's
I
going on?
think that might be Days.
Oh God, the four of you all sat so still. I wasn't sure.
No,
Oh my
no.
God.
Right. No, you're.
Gosh darn, I was
You can't-
panicking.
You froze.
Your
You
Wi-Fi
froze.
cut
You're
out.
fine.
Right.
Gosh darn it. And yeah, I think beyond it's like, no, like,
These American payphones—they're not very reliable, are they?
no, look, like freaking Poppy's crew and shit freaked out, and then Poppy got pissy and ran off, and I was calling you to make sure you're okay because you were out, and I think you were with Felicity.
Yes, I suspect the same thing happened to her as you witnessed. Whereabouts are you now?
Well, we're at the mall right now, but what should we do?
I'll come straight there. Bye. And he hangs
No.
up and just.
That's what I'm gonna be like. What did he say? What did he say?
He said he's coming here, but that Felicity had the same thing. Just hangs up. What do you want to do? Because we don't want to. What do you want to do? Do we just wait?
I mean, I don't know how fast Nigel can go. I'd like to think that he is just full on, all sort of
Speed
caution
flying.
to the wind, just booking it through everything in a direct line to the mall at this point.
We'll say, go ahead and. I'm gonna say, we're gonna count this. It's not really running away; it's running towards. But I still want to make it a running away roll.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and make a roll with volatile for me.
Volatile. What have I've got a +1 on that. That is
You have a
lovely.
+1 in volatile?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't think ghosts had volatile. I assumed they were like dark and cold.
No, I think it's. I've got dark, but yeah, I think the cold was with something else. I was just like, I fancy being slightly volatile. That is
Which
an
so
8.
bizarrely not like anything to do with Nigel's
Yeah.
personality at all.
That you've seen.
So we don't realise that Nigel is just like secretly just harbouring deep anger.
Quite
Revenge for those
possibly.
who murdered him.
That was an 8. That was an
That
8.
was an 8. Ooh, that's a partial success.
Yeah.
What the heck happens on a partial success on a volatile roll? Okay. So you're running towards the mall. Away from the bunker where this encounter with Felicity happened. So the first one of these options doesn't really make sense for the situation, which is to run into something worse, because you're not running away from anything bad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a choice. Either Nigel causes a scene, causes a big scene, or Nigel leaves something behind at the bunker.
So I'm just imagining newspaper saying "flying child" through.
He ran through a door.
Well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Certainly not leave it to the GM to decide, because you know what happens with that sort of thing. I think I think as much as he's kind of wanting to get there, I don't think he'd be quite so careless enough as to make a scene. So I suspect he's going to have to leave something behind, which fills me with dread as well, knowing you. But let's do that.
All right. You you get are kind of like, you take off towards the mall using your ghostly abilities to fly as you do. I'm not going to tell you what you dropped.
Oh.
I'm not going to.
Well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, would
You
I?
wouldn't
So
notice.
there we go.
Exactly. Yeah. So you
Cool.
arrive at the mall where the cousins are, and come and meet them. It's a strange phenomenon when you arrive, because there are people around. As you fly in, and you land like down in the middle of the parking lot, and you look over, and there's just like a family of people getting into a car next to where you land. Seem to have not noticed you at all.
Okay.
And they get into their car and drive off, and almost hit you with the car, just seemingly completely unaware that you're even there.
Okay. I think Nigel would be a little bit shaken by that, I think. But probably the sort of the other events that are going on sort of enough to stop him kind of pondering on it too much. And yeah, sort of make his way into the mall, I think.
Okay. You make your way over and into the mall, and find Cassidy and Kitty stood next to one of the payphones. Cassidy looking probably quite confused at the very abruptness of how you ended that phone conversation only a
They were
moment
pissed.
ago.
Hung up on me. I
But
think I
yeah,
was slightly grumbling to Kitty about it. So they fucking hung up on me. Fucking rude.
I'd just be like, he just needs to get here now, because basically Kitty would probably follow behind Poppy until she basically got to her car, and then was like, shit, because I can't leave them behind because they don't know where she's going, but then
Yeah.
now I don't know where she's going.
well, Kitty
try
and
and, like,
Cassidy,
comfort
you guys are at the payphone, and you don't even see Nigel approach. But like, Kitty, as you're kind of like stood by the payphone, you kind of look over your shoulder to try and look for him, and he's just stood right next to you.
I'd just probably be like, yeah! Wrong time and place, Nigel! What the hell? No, we need to go. I don't know where she went. And then she'll just like grab his arm and then like try to march him off. Just like, we'll talk about this later. You know what happens when you sneak up on me.
I came as quickly as I could.
I think, again, still not really sure how a pager works, so you can tell me if this is how it works or not. As I'm kind of following behind, I think I will kind of like very quickly just be like, you guys go ahead, just give me 2 seconds. Quickly call that Poppy pager number because we were meant to meet at the shake. And be like, look, and literally just be like, shake at like, what time is it ish? What?
At this point in time, it is about mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. So I say shake for the letter number 4 dinner.
Yeah, we know what text talk is, right?
I think we.
Paper letter.
And the characters.
I feel like we said
6 o'clock or so, I don't know. I can't remember what we did, but I guess I feel like
I think she
Cassidy's
said at
trying to move at 8, something like that. I'm trying to
I'll move it sooner.
confirm, yeah,
I see, I
something
see.
because of what's happened.
Yeah.
And then just like quickly hang up and catch up and be like, look,
Okay.
let's just try and find her. Where would she have gone?
Yeah.
I mean, I think as we're walking, Nigel would be keen to find out what Cassidy and Kitty witnessed.
Oh yeah, we'd definitely fill them in and just be like,
Mm.
what happened with Felicity?
Well, I'm almost a bit more disturbed because she became, I think, herself. With all these sort of poppy brain things, I kind of imagine that people were just gone, but she was clearly free and able to be honest and act as herself for a few seconds.
So you're saying we could potentially like save these people?
I don't know, but I think we should potentially not be writing them all off.
I mean, I wasn't gonna write any of them off. I mean, Poppy, different story, but her minions, you know, some of them were fine. Ish. She's just trying to do this whole thing of, I don't overly care about them, but I'm not gonna kill them. Just want to find out what the hell's going on.
Okay. So
Yeah, so it'd probably be like, did she scream
Yes,
and then say that, like, act like something was wrong?
Well, I think rather than acting like something was wrong, she acted like something was right for the first time.
look, stop talking British and just like tell us what you're trying to say.
Speak plainly, Nigel.
I'm sorry, I'll put it into simple words for you, Cassidy. She acted like she'd come out of a sort of a trance that is how she is normally to us, but it was like it was the real Felicity under there.
Oh, okay. I think Daisy's.
No, Cassidy's. I think she's just holding her head because she's just so confused. Oh, Cassidy, don't worry, it'll be fine.
Oh no.
Oh dear,
no.
I broke her.
But yeah, I would ask Nigel anyway, like if Felicity said anything when she seemed like herself.
I can't remember actually. What did she say?
She
Is
said, "Oh no,
Oh no, Daisy
no.
died.
Daisy
Cassidy's
died,"
gone.
and it means there we go. We're back in. Okay, cool.
Jeez, Louise. Was it just? Is it? Yeah, it's my wife. I'm not gonna ask. Okay, what happened?
Yeah, no, it's definitely your Wi-Fi.
We mocked you. That was about it.
Yeah,
That's about right. Okay.
yeah. Sorry about that, guys who are watching, because all of the frame just went really weird for a second.
Sorry.
Technology.
Anyone wants to get me better Wi-Fi? That'd be great.
I've said it before. Just get an Ethernet cable.
I have my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port bit. It's literally sitting here.
No, I have a. You get a converter. You can get a USB.
I didn't
converter
know
too.
that.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, no excuses for next time.
That's what I have
Yeah.
set up.
Next stream, we expect perfect
Yeah.
Ethernet connection.
I hope so. I'm right next to it, so. But anyway, yeah. What I heard, what happened. It started to cut out what you were saying though, Nigel.
I think Nigel was just trying to explain, what had happened with Kitty, and you got confused.
That's
that was
about right.
Yeah.
That's probably accurate anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I wanted to know if she'd said anything. while she was
Oh,
herself.
So what she had said was along the lines of, it's Poppy, but it's not Poppy, and there's something that she's doing at prom. Like, it's all gonna go down at prom.
So yeah, Nigel passes that on as we're wandering.
I think Cassidy kind of looks at Nigel and is like, now who's silly for saying I should have went to prom with her? See, we're in. We're going to get all the information.
Well, that or it's going to happen to you because you're with her.
Yeah, Cassidy's face is kind of drops. It's like,
I'm just
Oh,
going to be like,
fuck.
I mean, if she kills you, she'll be distracted.
fuck you!
And then I'll be like, I'm joking, clearly.
There'll be.
Um,
We need to figure out what way she went at least. Okay, we've got someone. We're trying to follow someone doing terribly.
can I potentially, because I've got strings on Poppy, can I potentially, and she's like a werewolfy thingy-majig, can I try and use my wolfy sense of smell to see if I can follow?
You can absolutely do that. You can use your heightened.
Yeah, the heightened senses, isn't it?
You have heightened senses, or actually, I don't think the heightened senses really applies to this, but there is another thing that can be done, which is the same thing anyway. It's the same role. It's just because the heightened senses is
Yeah,
more about
for
the environment that you're currently in, which those questions don't really work for what you're trying to do. But what you can do is gaze into the abyss.
I will do that one.
So you can. So it's a roll with dark, but you have strings on Poppy, so you can pull one of those strings to give yourself a +1.
Okay. I need to find out what my dark is. Oh,
Probably-
excellent! It's a
probably-
-1.
Yeah, probably a
Okay,
-1.
good vibes.
Excellent. Right. Okay. Well, I will probably, because I've got 3 strings, I'll probably use 1 string on Poppy.
Yes, I
And
don't believe
get-
you can use more than 1 string on a roll.
Yeah.
So.
Good vibes.
I mean, I got an 8, so then that would be what, 9?
9. Well, it's a +1, so it cancels out the -1 that you have as default.
Yeah. So 8.
8. Well, that is a partial success. You. Oh, this is interesting now.
Oh no. Damn you, Poppy.
Kitty, you close your eyes and just draw in a big sniff of the air.
Probably look like such a weirdo. Literally, like in the middle of the
In the middle of a,
parking lot.
middle of a shopping
just
mall.
like
Just a big sniff of the air. And your senses kind of take you your senses kind of take you with this image in your head taken from what you've smelled of Poppy leaving the mall, getting into a car and heading home to her house. And there is this frantic flashing of images in Poppy's house. You see her pulling a bag out of a wardrobe and taking something out of it. And then you see a flash of movement and the sense of a familiar street, but you can't identify the street. Unfortunately, on an 8 as a partial success, you can't quite tell where she's ended up, but it feels familiar.
Okay, I will relay this to obviously Cassidy and Nigel, but I will tell them that Poppy went to her house first. So I'll be like, we need to start there and see if we can figure out where she went from there.
Yeah, sounds good.
You
How we getting there? Are we running? How close is she from the mall?
Did we not have
Like,
the
my
car?
she
house.
lives quite far away from the mall.
Who drives? Do one of us drive?
Yeah, I drive.
Kitty
I was gonna say I totally.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure because we drove to the mall.
Cool. Yeah, Cassidy can't be trusted to drive.
No comment. So yeah, I would probably drive us to Poppy's because everybody knows where Poppy stays.
I mean, you guys were all there just recently for
Yeah.
Party.
for the party, so I said recently.
Yeah.
That was like in universe. I think that was like a month or so ago, but
Yeah. So yeah, I would obviously drive us to Poppy's and just see if I can try and.
As you are driving, Poppy's house lives. He lives in the sort of rich district up in the cliffs. As you're heading up the cliffside roads, you feel your connection to Ben's sever.
I might accidentally swerve us into a ditch.
I'll
feel-
make a cold roll to keep you cool.
Okay. Hold on. Now I need to figure out what my cold is. Oh, great! It's also minus
good.
1.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. We might crash.
Can Cassidy, if she does swerve, can Cassidy do something to try and help? Because
I got a 10.
You got a 10.
That's with
good.
the -1. That is with the -1.
With the -1, you keep your cool.
Ooh.
You keep your cool and slam on the brakes, and the car kind of fishtails slightly, but you manage to keep it under control. I mean, this says you gain an insight. I think we know what insight. You
Yeah.
gain an
I
insight.
feel like I don't really need one. I will immediately change direction and go to Ben's house.
Okay, I'll
As
at least be like, Kitty, what the hell?
I will say to Ben, I was never here. And I will leave.
You will leave, yeah, because say Poppy you'd already established that as soon as it was done, Poppy was leaving. So
Peace!
yeah,
Go to my car and I will drive back to the mall.
You drive back to the mall. Nice. Yeah, so
No, she'll go home. She'd go home.
Do
Yeah.
we like pass each other then?
Probably not. I feel like where they stay is probably totally different parts of town. So I
Yeah.
probably.
It's only because
change
I thought we were
direction.
just at hers. Oh no, because you.
No, we
weren't
hadn't got
yet.
there. Yeah, we hadn't got there yet.
I've caught up. Yeah, no worries.
yeah, so Poppy, you were as you finish up, you get in your car and head on back to the mall. Or you're heading home, sorry.
I'll go home.
You are heading home with Cassidy, Kitty, and Nigel in the car, in Kitty's car on the way towards Ben's house.
I think
As-
Cassidy would would be
Yeah.
complete. Keep asking Kitty, what's going on? What are you doing? Where are we going? talk.
I probably just wouldn't even. I'm like laser focused now because I'm like, I knew, like I know.
Oh, okay. Cassidy just kind of looks at Nigel and just kind of gives him just like a look.
Yeah.
You guys pull up outside of Ben's house. As you arrive, Cassidy, your pager beeps. And a message pops up on it. Says, "Come ASAP, Jay."
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't feel like this is the right time to tell Kitty this.
Oh, that's like literally the moment we pulled up. Kitty stopped the engine, got out, like left the keys in the car, got out the car, slammed the door, and just went straight to Ben's.
I'm telling you,
She's
okay,
not
I
even
literally
there.
will say to Nigel, Nigel, I really need you to make sure Kitty doesn't kill anyone. I really need to go. Jessica's messaged me and it's ASAP. And she does not need to deal with Jessica right now. You know how she is.
I'll stay with Kitty and do my best. Yes.
Please, I beg you, don't let her hurt anyone. We don't need her going to prison or jail or worse right now.
I'm not sure I can stop her, but
I trust you fully, Nigel.
You hypocrite.
I have the right to say it, and I'm saying it. And then Cassidy's just like, look, if anything happens, Nigel, it's your fault. I'll see you in a bit. And just starts like, I guess I'm not going to take the car, so I guess running. Of
Take
like
off, like-
werewolf running skill. I have like
With
a
your
heightened
werewolf.
stamina.
I mean, it's not a thing mechanically, but yeah, sure.
So I'm not like there and exhausted.
You take off with your wolf-like agility down the street,
Thank you.
leaving Kitty and Nigel at Ben's. Yes, Sarah.
Before we get into the beautiful scene that's about to happen,
Yeah.
Poppy's going to stop at a payphone before she gets home.
Okay.
And she's going to call the cops. And leave an anonymous tip that that she was offered drugs by Ben and his address.
Cool.
Oh god.
Okay.
And then she'll go home feeling much better.
Okay. Glad she feels better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. Okay.
I think even before that, I would say Nigel would probably be staying in the car because obviously Kitty's not said anything about what's going on. So I'm kind of thinking.
You're just sitting alone in the car.
Well, I'm thinking as much as you're obviously on one, you're kind of you're going to see your boyfriend. I wouldn't have any reason to suspect you'd kill him. So I think Nigel would be just like, I'll just stay in the car and wait.
Oh, I love this.
Nigel, you're sat out in the car as Kitty you storm into this house. Kitty, you walk into the house. And the door was no longer locked because he unlocked it to let Poppy in. So, yeah, you kind of just storm in.
Yeah, I literally like bang on the door. Can't hear obviously like the chain. And then literally just like open the door and slam it behind me, and I'm like, Ben, where the fuck are you? What did you do?
As you slam the door, like a second later, you hear footsteps running down the stairs, and you see Ben step out wearing just a towel, and his hair is like he's wet. His hair is wet. Looks like he's just gotten out of the shower. He goes, "What the? Oh, Kitty, what the heck are you doing here?
What the fuck did you do?
I was just taking a shower. What are you on about?"
No, no, you're not. Who was it?
Who was what?
I know you slept with someone. If it was Poppy, so help me God, I will rip her limb from limb.
I'll say, yeah, you're shutting him down on this one. Go ahead and
Ooh.
go ahead and roll cold.
Oh no. Oh,
You guys
okay,
keep trying to do stuff which are like your worst stats.
Except for me.
except for Poppy. Poppy knows how to play her.
Go off.
Poppy knows her game.
It's an 8.
It's an 8. Cool. So either Ben loses a string on you, which I don't think he actually has any strings on you. You can gain a string on him, you can give him a condition, or you can take one forward.
I might give him the condition of Poppy's whore. Because I know it doesn't matter that he's had a shower. I know the only person that could probably persuade him to sleep with her would be Poppy.
Yeah.
And basically the only person that would dare as well would be her.
Oh,
So
that's a harsh one. I love
Poppy's whore.
it.
That's my new favourite thing. Just to say, Poppy's whore.
So you're kind of like in there, and he's in denial mode. You say that, shutting him down, and he immediately snaps back. He's like, "Why the fuck do you even care? Come on, kitty. We've been together. What? You know, I want to say like 2 years, but it hasn't been 2 years, because whenever you decide, we're just not together. And then when you decide again, we're back on again. You know what? So why does it bother you so much if I did sleep with someone else?
this is when she looks him straight in the eye and goes, because I love you and I always have. But I was terrified. Like, you have no idea what happened before I came here. And yes, that's on me that I did not tell you that. But that's because it's horrific and I didn't want you to know. You didn't need to know that part of my past. So yes, sometimes I freaked out. But I've never felt this way about anybody before I met you. And at this, she's literally going to be like, have fun with her. And I'll turn around and she'll just walk away.
Yeah. That's fine, kitty. Just walk away when it gets difficult.
Does he say that? Am I still in the house when he says that?
Oh yeah. He says, like, he's saying it so you can hear it. Yeah.
And then it's like, well, at least I never cheated on you.
He just kind of looks and goes, no. You just dropped me when it was inconvenient. In this moment, there is a loud banging on the door. Nigel, from outside, you saw a police car pull up outside of the house. Right behind the car that you're sat in, and 2 officers walked over to the house and started knocking on the door.
And I think Nigel, coming from the UK, obviously police not having guns, will just slowly sit down in his seat so they can't see him.
They don't seem to pay any attention to you whatsoever.
Okay, cool.
They walk over to the door, and yeah, behind you, Kitty, the door there's just like a banging on the door. Ben walks past you and goes and opens the door. And there's 2 police officers stood there. And Ben kind of looks up at them very confused. He goes, can I help you, officers? And one of the police officers looks down and goes, yeah, we had a report that there was, that someone had been pushing drugs from this house. So we're going to need to you to step aside so we can take a look around. Ben freezes up for a moment, is just very confused. And she goes, I don't know what this is about. I guess you could come in. I don't know what this is. Could you maybe like come back later? I mean, I'm kind of in the middle of something. The others go, no, sir, I'm afraid we have to insist. Ben kind of like opens the door and lets these 2 police officers into the house. Whilst Kitty, you're kind of just stood there, having just had this huge fight with Ben.
Oh yeah, like I'm barely keeping it together.
Yeah.
Like I was so close to either killing him or punching a hole in the wall and then going and killing Poppy.
Yeah, the 2 officers kind of go in and start searching around the house. Ben kind of looks over at you and just like, look, I don't know what the heck this is about, but I don't know, maybe you should just go.
And then just be like, yeah. Looking like she's gonna say something, and then she's like, whatever. And I'll just leave.
You you go and head out the door, and as you get to the door, you hear one of the officers go, "Got something over here." And you turn, you just turn your head towards the kitchen where the officers are searching, and one of them pulls out a bag of tablets from Ben's backpack. And Ben full on panics. He's like, I don't know where those came from. Those aren't mine. I didn't put those there. What the hell is going on? One of the officers kind of sort of goes, all right, calm down, go put some clothes on. You got to come down to the station with us. He goes, no, I did not put those in there, okay? Those are not my pills. I don't know what that is. The police officer starts raising his voice at Ben. This whole situation is getting really intense. Kitty, I'm going to ask you to make a check to keep your cool.
Yeah, it's probably about right. I was gonna go. I'm either gonna freak at them or I'm gonna freak at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and roll with cold.
Typical. I should just assume now that every time you ask me to roll something, it's gonna be something I'm a -1 in. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That is gonna be 10 with my -1.
All right. You keep your cool, and you can ask me one question about the situation.
Because obviously, like, I know Poppy, and Kitty probably assumes that Poppy had something to do with it, because fucking course she does. But I feel like, I don't know. Is there a way to safely get Ben out of this?
Oh, now that is a question. Safely is the optimal word here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
But hit me with it.
Well, the officer has instructed Ben to go up to his room and get changed. Whilst Ben's bedroom is on the next floor, would be. This is one of the things where it's like, okay, so for us it's the first floor, in America it'd be the second floor.
Yeah.
So on the second floor, but his window would technically be big enough for a person to sneak out of, and you could potentially get him out of there that way before the police officers or the cops realize that he's gone. And with your wolf strength and agility, you could quite easily get him out of that way.
I feel like I would. Yeah, I'd probably have to risk it.
I think Kitty's very aware that Ben does not do drugs and does not have drugs.
He's too much of like the fake emo thing
Yeah.
where he kind of looks like it, but he's not, and he's actually just like a giant softie. So I knew he wouldn't do anything like that. Obviously, I didn't think he'd ever cheat on me, but there you go. Fucking Poppy.
You know, strings, man, strings.
Yep.
Poppy played him the way that she knew he would respond to.
She played him like a violin.
Yeah.
Like a meat flute.
Jesus Christ, we've been out of this game for too long.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Even slightly, but it's fine. Yeah, you slip out of the house and immediately sneak round to the back where his bedroom window is, and climb up towards the window. Ben goes into his room to get some clothes and gets changed, and you draw his attention over to the window. And just looks and goes, Kitty, what are you doing? They're gonna ask me some questions. It's not my stuff. I don't know.
Yes, I know it's not your stuff, and it's Poppy. It's always fucking Poppy. You need to go now.
What do you mean? Like, I can't.
Do you really think that they're gonna ask you some questions and let you leave? Please, this whole town is under the Tennyson's thumb. Clearly, Poppy's got her blinking sticky fingers everywhere.
I mean,
just go.
where the hell am I gonna go? Oh. All right.
This is when I'll probably say that my car's round the corner, and I'll just be like, if you can look round, you can get to the car. Nigel and Cassidy should be there. Just get in the back, hide in the car.
okay. He he climbs through the window, and down with you, and you help him sneak over to where the car is. He climbs into the back of the car and immediately ducks down onto the floor. As you get back into the car, into the driver's seat, Kitty, Cassidy is not there. And Nigel is there, but he's kind of crouched down behind the seat as well.
All going to plan, is it?
I'm gonna be like, yeah, shut up, Nigel.
Okay.
She's gonna be like, where is Cassidy?
She had another urgent matter that came up.
Where did she go? I look like I'm ready to like shove his head through the window or something. I'm like, where did she go?
Perhaps we should focus on
No,
this situation.
Where did she go, Nigel?
Just drive. You didn't say. She just said she had to go. Now go.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, will you please sit up? And then I'm gonna be like,
I'm good.
she's gonna be like, Nigel, sit on the freaking seat. Just like, just don't ask questions, just sit on the seat. Because obviously I'm gonna try and like drive away, but clearly like I can see the police cars that are behind the car, so I want to make it seem like I'm not. So I'm just gonna be like, get in the front seat, tell me where Cassidy is, or I will do something that I may or may not regret.
Don't dob me in, Nigel. Don't dob me in, Nigel.
Nigel will reluctantly kind of sit up properly in the seat again. But I think, we're very much like, she didn't tell me where she was going, just that it was urgent and I was to stay here and keep an eye on you. Now let's go.
Fine.
He puts his hand onto the gear stick and pulls it into reverse to sort of prompt her along.
I mean, is reverse really a good option? The police cars are behind us.
Well, where else are you going? I don't know. I presume you've got police car behind, house in front. I mean, it seemed like a lesser option.
Yeah. I will attempt to pull away while looking like I'm not, like I didn't just get my ex, I suppose, smuggled out of the house.
Yeah. You peel off and just kind of try to, as casually looking as possible, drive away. As you go round the corner, you see the police officers immediately run out of the house towards their car and grab the radio as they finally realise that Ben has run off. And you guys drive off to... where are you taking Ben?
I don't know. I need to find Cassidy right now because I can't kill Nigel because he's already freaking dead. And I could very well kill Ben, and I'm so close probably to losing it completely. So I need somebody to deal with it for a little bit so that I don't commit mass murder potentially, or try to figure out how to kill a dead person.
I think. Yeah. I think Nigel sort of. He can obviously tell that Kitty is massively stressed. I think he'll turn to her as she's sort of speeding along, and be like, "Kitty, I know there's a lot going on right now, but please look, I'm here for you. Just don't stress about it. Please be calm." And I don't know if I can. I think I've actually got a string on her. If I can actually use a string just to try and get her to calm down and just sort of.
Yeah, I'm almost bending the steering wheel.
Take that. that step back and
You can,
White knuckled.
yeah, you can pull your string to try and get them to do something. So, with that, if you pull your string, Fee, Kitty doesn't have to do the thing, but if she does, she gets a point of XP.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I am trying like really hard, because obviously I can't speed anywhere, because the last thing I want is to get the attention of
The police.
authority figures,
Yeah.
really. So I'm trying really hard not to scream or cry or just keep driving, keep going forward, but I'm like squeezing the steering
And-
wheel, and it's getting to the point where you can almost hear it like squeaking. So,
And I
like,
think that Nigel would put his hand like onto hers on the wheel and it's like, it's okay, Kitty. Honestly, it'll be okay. I promise.
I mean, you can see her like gradually starting to like, she's still really tense, but she's like trying to get like her head back in the game, because she needs to, because if she doesn't, then it's not just bad for her, it's bad for Ben and for Nigel. So yeah, she probably will attempt to calm down slightly.
Yeah. All right, cool. You do that. You get your point of XP. Cassidy.
Go.
You arrive at the motel where Jessica is staying. And go and
Right.
knock. Oh yeah.
Cassie would have gotten a page back. She's not calling her. She's gonna page Cassidy back. And it says 8 o'clock with a winky face. And then she'd also page her posse to come back to the house.
Got it. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, Cassidy, you get that page as you are arriving at the motel.
Okay.
And you, you go. You knock on the door.
I think whilst I'm knocking, I'm also like making sure my outfit's okay.
God.
Just be
Um,
like, I'm sweating, I'm not sweating.
Oh.
Pat
Yeah, it's
yourself down.
literally just like slight panic. Shit, wait,
This
I
week
look
on Cassidy's
terrible.
cringy flirting.
Yeah. How much
Um,
can I make Cassidy flirt bad in one conversation?
These are my favorite bits.
Cassidy, you you knock on the door. You kind of like try and straighten yourself up a bit, and as you do, just gonna turn the volume down on that real quick. 'Cause it's a bit loud in my ear. There we go. As you do, the door opens on the chain first of all, and you see just kind of look at you and goes, "Oh, thank goodness." She closes the door and lets the key off the chain. She opens the door. You see her standing there. She is basically wearing a tank top and her underwear. She has a bandage wrapped round one of her arms, which seems to be bothering her quite a bit. There are some scratches across her face, and you see also some black marks on her face, like soot.
I literally be like, holy shit, God, sit down, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'll be okay. Yeah, no, I'll be fine. It
I
looks
think I will
worse than
literally
it is.
move her indoors and make her sit down. Good night, sit down. Where's the first aid kit?
She goes, it's in the bathroom.
Okay, yeah, so I'll go into the bathroom, get that first aid kit, and like come straight back and try and sort out the scratches on the face and try and yeah, just start doing medical shit.
So you're doing healing to tend to her wounds.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just read this as this is because it's weird how
Cool.
it's written, but Once per session, you may heal 1 harm if someone else is there with you, tending to your wounds delicately and intimately, and perhaps with erotic subtext. You may heal an additional harm.
Okay, let's be honest. Right now, she's half naked. I think this is probably she's gonna be a little bit sensual with it.
Cool.
I'm not gonna describe it as highly erotic.
No.
Very,
But you are being
because that is
tender and
not
delicate.
how she does it.
Yeah.
Tender and delicate, yeah.
Tender and delicate.
And ask her what happened during.
She kind of like smiles at you and is like, oh, well, with everything that was going on with this poppy chick, I was thinking that we could probably do with a bit more information. So I went back to the lumber mill and she kind of like nods her head over to the this desk that's in the room, and you look over and you see the glass container that had the alien slug thing in it sitting on the counter, with the creature still inside, but noticeably dead.
Like, holy shit.
Turns out when you pull that thing out, it triggers something.
I have a feeling I know what it triggers. Poppy and her crew, they acted really fucking weird suddenly.
Oh, I was talking literally, like that thing exploded.
Oh shit, that explains the injuries.
Yeah. I got out of there as quick as I could. And then...
Oh, I'm glad you're, well, mostly okay, I guess, alive.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll be alright. I mean, I guess that's one benefit of being a wolf rat is you're a bit more hearty and...
Yeah, like I can think of a few benefits.
But yeah, so I did that. I'm not really sure what to do with the thing, but we got it at least.
What can I do? I think I'd take a closer look at the thing. If Jessica's like wounds are doing better.
Yeah, you've cleared her harms and she's
I've got his
like,
first bad flirt coming.
Yeah.
I think as I'm kind of like I say, for someone who's like been around something that's exploded, you're looking very good. As I'm kind of patting away. I think again, like stumbling on very good, great even. It's still not making eye contact because panicked. Trying to tidy it up. I can't hear you.
Well, this is for some reason my mic just muted for some reason. Not sure why. I didn't push it. Well, this is certainly the nicest medical treatment I've ever received.
This is great.
You're
I
taking
think
a look
blushing
at this.
would happen by now.
Probably, yeah. Before anything else does happen, though, as you're taking a look at this thing, you got a couple of options here. You can either try and it's the same roll either way, but either you can try and gaze into the abyss to try and discern something more about this particular thing, or you can try and use your heightened senses if you want to try and use those questions that are specifically there.
I think gaze into the abyss is fine. I've done heightened senses. Let's see what gaze in the abyss does.
Okay. Go ahead and roll dark for me.
Oh.
I imagine it's still a -1 for you. Yep.
I think it is because I put my plus on the cold.
Fair.
Okay, here we go. 7.
7. There's a partial success. You see. You gotta take a look at this thing and take a sniff to try and gain some insight into what's going on. Your eyes go dark as you look at this thing, and you get a sense there are a lot more of these things. And more than just the ones that are already inside people. And you also, with a 7, you're not getting a super clear image here, but you're picking up the smell of glue and newspaper and paint.
Glue, newspaper, and paint.
Yeah.
Huh. I will relate this back to Jessica to see if Jessica knows anything that could piece it together.
She looks across at you and just kind of goes, I don't know, what would you do with glue, newspaper, and paint?
Prom! But you make shit at prom, maybe. I don't know. Mache? What are they called?
The papier-mâché?
Yeah, those shit. They're paper macheing something.
And it occurs
what would
to
they paper
you,
mache?
your prom theme was fairies. And the idea was you would have big mushrooms and elves and stuff
shit!
across the auditorium, or whichever room, the big hall where it was going to be held.
So, Jessica, they're going to put those brain fucking worm shit in the mushrooms and they're going to drop on people. That's my only guess, though. That I don't know for sure. That's what I'm going with.
Oh, shit. That's bad.
Yeah. And I'm assuming Poppy's leading it somehow. She's got the whole prom committee. But
This is real bad.
how do we stop it is the issue. Do we need, like, if that one reacted, this means it's like a hive mind, yeah? So we need to find the queen bee.
I think we know where the queen is.
Poppy.
Yeah.
I don't really want to kill her, though.
And that means that she's just... Is she, like... Probably just a girl?
I don't think so. She's something maybe like us and Nigel, something odd, something different, obviously.
But these things infect people. Like, was she a girl that just got infected, or was she something else?
Oh, fuck. So what, we kill her parents? What? Who would be controlling this then? If it's not Poppy? If Poppy's got some shit in her. But she didn't react like the others did.
No.
When they all reacted.
It's like a hive, right? Like you said. So
Yeah.
there's the queen, but the queen surely would just be one of these things.
So you're saying the brain worms are the aliens and Poppy's just
Just another
the
victim?
conduit?
Yeah, I guess, maybe. I mean, based on what you and Kid said, I just kind of assumed that she was just some kind of like monster like us, but sorry, that was tactless, but
No, I mean, we
you know
are
what I mean.
pretty monstrous anyway, so
yeah,
I am.
my fault.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
It's at
then,
least I got to meet you. Fuck. This is in her head. She's like, oh fuck.
fucking hell. I was like, go ahead and make a roll with Hot.
With heart. I'm feeding heart. What's my heart? I've forgotten. I think it's a 1.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a 1. It should be a good one. That's the issue.
You hope.
Should
Got
be
11.
An 11.
Finally.
You
Give me a good flirt.
you say that. She kind of looks at you and smirks and just goes, "Good God." Like, we're trying to work all this out, and you really just can't keep it under control, can you?
You're very distracting. God, that was a good one. I thought.
That was This
I
is all
think-
going down at prom.
What's the vibe like? I need a vibe check. Is that a thing?
Vibe check.
I want to
She,
check the vibe.
She kind of seems into it.
Okay, I think Cassidy would get brave. I don't know how the positioning is. Is she sitting down still?
She's sitting down on the edge of the bed, yeah.
Okay. I think Cassidy would take a step closer.
She,
Close the distance a bit.
yeah.
Go.
She reaches forward and takes your hand. She goes, "We actually have to have a conversation about prom, but maybe with Kit and your ghost friend."
Sure. I think Cassidy will say maybe later and just go to kiss her.
You lean in and kiss her, and as you kind of like break the kiss, she just goes, "Definitely later," and she just pulls you in and like
Yes.
gets back down on the bed, pulling you down with her.
Yay! It's about time.
And we will have a fade to black on that scene as well. So now, your sex move activates.
Yeah.
So you, as you make love with Jessica, you establish a deep and spiritual connection with them. And until either of you breaks that spiritual connection, you get to add a +1 to rolls made to defend them.
Sick.
Yeah.
So I'm fascinated to know what time is it now, though.
At this point, it is. At this point, it's kind of getting close to about, I'd say about 6 p.m., 6:30
Okay.
p.m., something like that.
Okay.
So you guys have a bit of time. And yeah, that all happens. So
Yeah. I think, unlike Poppy, Cassidy loves cuddles. So,
yeah,
To
like,
be fair
after
to
you-
Poppy, though, she was a woman on a mission.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, she was. She was there for a
Yeah.
very specific purpose, and
I do think kind of like after like the cuddling and stuff, I think Cassidy would probably be like, look, I agree with you. I think these bugs are the issue. I don't think we should tell Kitty that though. Kitty has had too much history with Poppy, and this being an excuse, I just don't think it'd go well. I think this is a definitely between you and me thing. That part.
But Cass, if Kitty doesn't know this, then what happens if at prom she just tries to kill Poppy?
The thing is, I don't know. Me telling her this alien thing will stop her.
No, at least let her know that it's not.
But again, like I said, we don't know. 100%. I think you're right, but I just don't. I know Kitty. I don't think either way it's going to stop her. But I think if I talk to her about this, it's just going to piss her off more.
And you know
And
better than I
she's
do.
already pretty pissed off.
Alright. You want me to keep quiet about this as well? Or...
Oh no, you do not have to if you don't want. This is, I do not mind annoying her that way.
Alright.
She's telling everyone.
It's like, yes, I finally did it. My awkward flirting worked.
Alright,
He's
then.
a romantic.
You are
Secretly.
very adorable.
Yeah, flushed. And I think she'd probably say, look, if I've got to go on a fake prom date with a psychopath, apparently. Well, now no longer potential psychopath. Alien bug conduit thingamabobby.
You're going to see her? Like, this is not a jealousy thing, I'm just worried.
Yeah, no, I made a decision, which at the time seemed amazing. My thinking was if one of us asked her to prom, we might learn more about what her plan was to prom. But now we know it all. I don't really want to be going with her, but I'm stuck now because I can't let her know that I know. So,
To be fair, you didn't actually ask her to prom. You just asked her
Oh,
to
I
have
thought
shakes later.
yes,
Because it seemed weird
haven't
to
done it
suddenly just
yet.
say, "Come to prom with me."
True,
You just
that
said,
was
"Let's
right, yes.
let's meet at the shake."
So I've got to go on this date. I don't know if I should still ask her to prom. I guess we could entrap her though, because let's be honest, if Poppy has an idea that she thinks she can get Kitty's cousin, I don't think she won't take that bait.
It's a dangerous
It's a-
game that you're playing, Cats.
It's a huge risk, but I
It's just the kind of game
trust
I like.
myself 80%.
Well, you know what? That's a good chunk better than I usually do when I take these kinds of risks. So,
And hey, at least I mean, I would much rather be going with you, obviously.
she just kind of like reaches over and tucks some hair behind your ear, and she goes, "Yeah, I get that." And
I mean, if the worm
I'm
things
still
weren't
gonna-
an issue.
I'm still gonna be there, so I'm
There you
not,
go. You can keep your eye on me.
Absolutely, I'll be keeping both eyes on you. I say, of
Good to
all the
know.
risks that I've taken, that one panned out pretty well. She points at the little alien slug thing there.
I think I kind of owe it one.
Let's not take it that far, maybe, but this was a good moment. I don't get
Yeah.
too many of those at the moment, so.
No. I think Cassie would be thinking, shit, Kitty's gonna be fucking going mental because I just left her. And I think I'd relate that to Jessica and be like, look, I really don't want to have to go, but I really think I should. I think I left Kitty in a bit of a
Go sort out your
thing.
cousin and go sort out Slug Girl.
I think
And
Cassie would like quickly get things like together, and before she kind of walks out the door, she kind of rushes back, gives her a kiss, and then it's
Yeah.
like, see ya.
She happily accepts it.
Still awkward as ever.
Yeah, she happily accepts it, and then as you kind of leave the door, just kind of flops down very peacefully onto the bed. And you head off down towards the shake. And in what will probably be our last scene of the night, just to kind of wrap up a couple of loose ends before our final episode, you head on down to the shake and meet with Poppy down there. So, yeah.
So Kitty knows about this date because she was there when I asked.
Yep.
Okay. I just want Cassidy to know that, so Cassidy knows that someone might show up to give me backup, potentially.
Well, at this point, who the heck knows?
That's what I'm saying, potentially.
Where did Kitty and Nigel go?
I don't know. I feel like because Nigel hasn't told me where Cassidy is.
Yeah.
Although I'm like trying to think of a place that I can put him that wouldn't be like put Ben, that wouldn't be really obvious. So obviously I couldn't really go to the bunker because that seems like the first place that people would look.
I'll say,
Taxidermy.
we haven't been to that business yet.
Exactly.
Probably more reasonable. Nigel, you know that your parents don't really pay any attention to you, don't keep track of your comings and goings throughout the day. Being at home is quite a lonely experience because of just how detached your parents seem to be. So if you were to sneak a person into the house and let them hide in your home or in your bedroom, your parents probably wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think Nigel's getting to that point of just kind of like, yeah, just, you know, he's dead. He's all this going on. I think he's just not giving as much of a crap now, and I think we're just probably very much, yeah, suggest that to Kitty.
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll probably camp out. I'll probably page Kitty, not Kitty, I am Kitty, Cassidy even, like multiple times, going, "Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?" Nigel, tell me anything. Where are you? Where are you?
I
Where are you?
will
Call this
respond to
number.
one being like, I won't call because like time, but I will call and our page, being like, on date, Poppy, backup, please. I don't know how many characters is that.
It's text talk. We'd make it work.
Yeah. I know it didn't exist, I'm assuming.
Nice.
Not in the way that you would think. No.
I was going to say a little like the dots with a smile or the sad, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm asking for backup.
Colon bracket.
Yeah.
Colon bracket frowny face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you receive that message, Kitty.
I will be like, if I stay here with him, I will kill him. Can't kill you for obvious reasons. I will go and be Cassidy's backup because otherwise someone will die. And then I could also potentially, and then it'll be like a little like ping moment. And then I'll be like, bye.
I think after I've sent that page, I'd walk into the shake.
Cool. Yeah, so you head on down to the shake with Kitty on her way as backup. Sarah, is Poppy there when Cassidy arrives, or does she come in fashionably late? What's her style for this?
I think she would be there, but a good number of her entourage are also around.
Cool.
Or her own backup.
Yeah, Poppy shows up with I imagine her core crew are there.
Yeah.
And then who's she turned? let me go through a list of NPCs to check on who are currently one of them.
Most of them.
Quite a
Yeah, I'm
few,
pretty
yeah.
sure it's
All of
basically
our
everyone.
friends.
Yeah.
I would say
Friend thief.
because it would be the most painful.
Yeah.
Aside from Benji, Flora, and Felicity, who are the typical entourage, Sam and Scarlet are also there.
Yeah. There's definitely a slight ache to it all, but there's just more important things, sadly. She's thinking in her head she can help them if she does this.
Yeah.
She is not that confident, but she's acting like she is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard approach.
You arrive, and yeah, Poppy is sat down amongst this group of people.
Are you in the group?
No, I think I was imagining that they're there. Poppy's sitting by herself at a booth, just
Gotcha.
waiting.
Before I even approach this, I want to do heightened senses so I can get an escape route if needed.
Sure. Go ahead and roll with that.
With my dark, which is
Abysmal.
rubbish, probably.
Yep, -1.
Yep. Okay. Heightened senses -1. Let's go. 9, 8.
8. You guys are doing
Yes.
quite well with your rolls today. I don't think anyone's failed a roll so far today.
Woo woo.
On an 8, you can ask. You take one forward, and you can ask one of those questions.
Where can I note that my forward, or can I just keep it in mind?
Just make a note of it somewhere. Basically, it's basically based on the situation. So, for example, you're looking for a potential escape route, but essentially,
that's what...
you have a point that you can spend to gain a +1 on a roll that you make during this scene, essentially.
Sick. Okay, yeah, I want my best escape route.
Cool. Poppy has been very strategic about this, because as everything that Poppy does, it's very strategic. She has placed her posse between you and the entrance to this diner, to this shake shop. However, you do note that there is so with the setup of this, you've got like the booths around the side, and you've got like the counter in the middle, which is like that 50s style shake shop. Behind the counter is a window that leads into the kitchen, and as you kind of walk through, you're kind of like sussing out the rooms, seeing what Poppy's done in her strategic placing. If you can get into the kitchen, there is an emergency exit from the kitchen.
Okay, cool.
There's like a fire exit there.
Okay, with that knowledge, I think. Do you know what? I'm going to play this interest. I'm going to see. Yeah, Poppy's not used to being ignored. Let me go straight to the milkshake. But I'm not going to say hi to her yet. I'm going to go and get a milkshake for myself.
Okay.
Not Poppy. I'm trying
Okay.
something. We'll see how Poppy reacts to me.
I'm gonna say,
Poppy already has one.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. Smart. But either way, getting my own milkshake.
I'm gonna say, go ahead and roll with cold, as this is effectively a shutdown maneuver, like a preemptive shutdown.
Yeah, I'm preempt. Yeah, and I've got a 0 on that now instead of a -1. Because I added my plus to that.
Progress.
Yeah, baby steps.
I got 8.
8.
Still not great, but yeah.
Okay. So, with this preemptive shutdown, you can choose either that Poppy loses a string on you.
I don't have any.
Okay, or you can gain a string on her.
Have a string on her.
You can gain a string on her. You could also.
I've already got one. If I got another one, I think that and
Okay.
she has none. That makes me feel great.
So you could-
I
I
love
was
it.
gonna say you could also give her a condition or take one forward, but you've already got one forward for the
Ooh.
scene anyway.
See, now I'm thinking about a condition because
However, because it was an 8,
Mm.
Poppy also gets to give you a condition.
I'm used to that.
Harry has 2.
You've already got 2 from Poppy, but
Yeah, I don't really need any more, but I'm
You're-
aware of something.
because
Yeah.
with the 8, you're making so much of a display of this act of just
Oh yeah, 100%.
ignoring
Actively
Poppy
ignoring,
before-
yeah.
doing that.
Yeah,
when-
100%.
that it's so blatant that it kind of comes off as it kind of comes off as a bit bitchy.
That's fine because all of them are going to think whatever Poppy thinks anyway, and I'm
And
aware
there
of
are
that.
other
So,
people in the there are other people in the shake. So
do I know them?
oh, yeah, there's like other people from
Probably.
the school. There's people from the town. There's a lot.
No.
You know, it's
I don't give a shit about
them.
them.
But it's,
So
yeah,
now
so
I'm trying...
essentially that allows Poppy to give you a condition, but you can also.
So
give
do I
condition.
string or condition?
That's your choice.
Yeah, I don't like making decisions.
So I give her
Let's
one
do
no
a
matter
roll.
which one she picks?
And no matter what she picks, you give her a condition. Yeah.
Okay, I'll think of it.
I'm gonna roll. I forgot what conditions do other than I can play up to them and get things off of them, can't I?
Essentially, it is a descriptor that you give to the person that if you make a roll against them and you can apply the descriptor to it, you get to add +1 to the roll.
No, okay, I rolled even. I'm gonna take a string.
Alright, that's fine.
I rolled to make decisions.
Nope, that's completely fair. So you take the string.
Get ready to write a condition in.
Um,
What conditions do I have, by the way? Because I'm on my laptop, so I'm actually using my own.
I
like an
believe I
empty
have
sheet.
them written down.
Dangerous and in with Poppy.
There you
Oh.
go.
Cool, that's one.
Dangerous and in with Poppy. There you go.
In with Poppy. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And now, what's the new one?
If I don't know if you've got any ideas for a condition, Sarah, or Cool,
I'm trying to think of one.
yeah,
I feel like there's one tickling there.
maybe something like little try hard. Be maybe
Or-
quite
or
fitting for the
wannabe.
scenario.
Possibly.
If you want to be my lover.
Um,
90s.
Yeah. Can I play up to my conditions as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
desperate.
Desperate.
I mean, that's accurate.
Yeah.
just not quite in the way that Poppy's probably
No.
thinking.
No.
No, very true.
Desperate.
Okay, desperate.
Yeah.
Cassidy is
Okay.
now also desperate.
Yes.
Desperate, dangerous, and Poppy wanna be.
In with Poppy.
In with Poppy, nice. But you get your shake, and then go and walk over to where Poppy is sat.
And then I will say hey.
Hi.
And then I'd sit down. I think Cassidy's thinking in her head, I've got to act like myself. I can't be over. Like, she's definitely overthinking this. 100% overthinking this.
There's a
And
lot
she's
going
very
on
aware
in
that-
Cassidy's head as well. Like,
Yeah.
bearing in mind
She's
she's-
very aware she's on her own as well.
Yeah, she's on her own. She's aware of the dangerous situation that she's in. She's also just come back from was that like the first time that Cassidy slept with someone?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So she's literally just she's just lost
There's
her
a lot.
virginity as well. There's a lot going on in Cassidy's head in this moment.
So let's have a think. I think Cassidy would just look at the milkshake and be like, what flavour did you get?
Cassidy. You seem a little
Yeah.
bit uncomfortable. It's okay. You can relax. And she'll put her hand on her hand.
Okay. I think Cassidy kind of look at the hand, look at Puffy, and say, okay. Yeah, sorry, it's been one of those days. Just been a bit stressful.
It's okay.
How was
I
your
won't
day?
bite. Can I roll hot?
Yeah.
Let's see. That's a 9.
9. Okay. So on a 9, Cassidy, you
Yeah.
can either give Poppy a string on you, give yourself over to them, promise them something that you think that they want, or get embarrassed and act awkward.
Let's go with the promise something they think that they want. I think that works well. Do I know what to promise? Nope.
That's the question: is what does Cassidy think that Poppy wants in this moment?
Probably your submission.
Yeah. How would Cassidy play that though? I think Cassidy will I think Cassidy, as a small gesture, will take her hand. So instead of it just being on top, she will take.
All
I
right.
guess, to be I'm okay with this. I'm promising. Yeah, I'd be yeah. I think so. I can't think of what she'd say though. I think she would just blush. I think that still kind of works. Yeah, a blush and take the hand. I think to go with.
Okay,
I could flirt back.
you can.
How? Okay. What, who?
It's
How
Cassidy.
to
though, I don't know.
successfully flirt back? Listen, not by these.
Who? This is so cringy. The minute I thought it, I was like, oh darn. Okay, who said I didn't want you to bite? That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. I'm disgusted by that. I don't need any looks. I was going back to when I read fan fictions when I was younger, and that is where all these are coming from. So what am I rolling? I've got a +1 to pop. Let's go. I got 7.
So just to kind of clarify, with this action, you are trying to turn Poppy on.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got a 7, which
Yeah.
means for Poppy gets the choice now. Poppy can either give Cassidy a string, give herself over to Cassidy, promise something that she thinks Cassidy wants, or get embarrassed and act awkward.
Out of interest, because I'm actively turning her on in a manipulative way, not because I actually mean it, I'm doing this manipulatively. If
Mhm.
she gave herself over to me, what does that mean in that case? Because normally it would mean sex. What does it mean in this situation, though?
I say in this situation because you're doing it as a sort of like a power play.
Yeah.
I guess in this situation, it would be giving herself over would be kind of, I guess it's just submitting to the power play.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
It's kind of a
Because obviously Poppy's thinking it'd be like, I'm hoping Poppy's believing the fuck everything I'm saying. So yeah, I just weren't sure what the dynamics would
I mean,
be.
giving themselves over to you doesn't have to mean sex, and it'd be kind of weird to do that there because you're in the
Oh,
middle of like a
100%.
You're
public
also
place.
in a public place, yeah.
100%. That's illegal.
Yeah. It basically just means that they're going along with the turn on.
Okay, cool.
So
Thank you.
What were the other? There was giving a string.
Giving a string, promising them something you think that they want, or getting embarrassed and acting awkward, which I don't think is very Poppy, but
I would have loved if Poppy got
No.
awkward.
I don't think Poppy gets
It wouldn't,
awkward or
but I would love
embarrassed.
it.
I think in this little moment, she'll give over a little bit.
Okay.
She'll like squeeze her hand and take like a long drink of her milkshake. Not too long. Doesn't want brain freeze.
particularly bad for Poppy.
Yeah. I think when she puts the milkshake down, she will squeeze Cassidy's hand and like pull her forward, and then lean forward and whisper in her ear, "I know, you know, and I know. Well, you should know that you can't stop me." And she'll kiss you on the cheek, and then take her milkshake and stand up.
Was that a shutdown or a turn on? Because I think both were very viable in that situation.
It's very, very violent. I think in the frame of it, that's a shutdown. So I will allow Poppy to make a roll with cold.
It's a 8.
8. Cool. So you can so with 8 you can either have Cassidy lose one of her strings on you. You can give her another condition, or you can take one forward against Cassidy.
I'll remove one of the strings.
Cool. Cassidy loses one of her strings on Poppy. Cassidy, because it was an 8 and it was below a 10, you also get to give Poppy a condition on this one.
Yes!
Uh,
Oh, okay. Let's have a think.
and we are playing with the mechanics of this system tonight.
Have a think. I've got one in my head, but I don't know. Player would be my thinking. Yeah. Want to break the cutesy nice person act was my thinking. So pairing up to like, yeah.
Player, yeah.
Player, yeah.
All right, cool. Poppy is the
And
condition of player.
what can I Cassidy's aware that she needs to figure out how these, like, the worms work.
Yeah. Well,
How can I figure that out? Would heightened senses do it? And use my forward?
potentially.
Or is that not how that works?
Potentially, heightened senses gives you that list of questions.
Yeah, that's the only issue because they're
Yeah.
very vague.
You've already kind of tried to gain insight onto the slug
The
things.
worms.
Yeah, the worm slugs, whatever the parasites basically.
I just said I just call them brain worms. I don't know where I got it from.
Yeah. You've already kind of used a roll to try and gain some insight into them, and that's how you kind of got the prom information about like gain some insight into what Poppy's plan might be. So I'd say with that you probably wouldn't be able to gather any more information about how they work with that same roll.
Yeah.
Someone else might be able to gain some better insight into it. But I think we'll maybe do that as a kind of like interlude between sessions.
Okay.
Can
I only use that forward for the scene?
The forward that you gained was specifically for this scene. Yeah.
Okay. I want to still do. I want to use it. Try and knock her off a little bit. Knock her off balance.
Physically,
like-
You know what I
This-
mean?
This pedestal is very secure.
yeah.
I just want to do a really. I think I want to shut her down. What will I say to shut her down?
What will you say to shut her down?
So what have you just said? You can't stop me.
Yeah. Stop me.
Watch us. I think that's all I'm gonna say. It's watch us. That's my shutdown.
All right.
With my forward, which what's a forward? A +1.
+1, yeah. So you're rolling cold, but you have a +1 on this roll.
So my cold is now 0.
Yep.
I believe. Yep.
So
No,
you-
wait, no, it's a +1 now because I had 0 already.
You had 0 already, yep. So you
Yeah.
have a +1 to this roll.
Okie dokie, lemon jokey. 10.
10.
10.
Nice. That is a success. So on a 10, either Poppy loses a string on you. I don't know if Poppy actually has any strings yet. If not, you gain another string on her. You can give her another condition, or you can take one forward specifically on Poppy.
I'm going to take one forward specifically on Poppy, I think.
Cool.
I think I'm going to have that in the bag for next
Wonderful.
session.
Nice. And with that there, we will conclude our episode.
I was gonna say is like after she says that, Poppy laughs and all of her friends laugh too, and she gets up and walks out of the.
Creepy unison laugh from the whole.
Yeah.
Does he
group
ever
of
show
them.
up? Am I completely on my own? still in
I
here?
feel like you've probably been on your own because it probably would have happened. This whole conversation probably
Yeah.
happened in like 5 minutes.
It's very
Yeah.
quick. It's the quickest day ever.
It went by super
So you
quick.
just want to hope that Kitty doesn't meet Poppy on the way out.
The promposal never happened. So I guess good thing for Cassidy, she can take Jessica to the prom now.
I'll take Jessica. Reason Jessica for to be there now instead of just a person showing up to us.
Yeah, just a random person showing up to a high
Yeah.
school prom that she doesn't go to that school.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
But
Okay.
yeah, we will conclude our episode with that. Thank you everyone for coming along and watching us tonight. This was a fun session, and a lot of interesting story threads have kind of started to conclude. But in 2 weeks' time, it will be the final episode of this campaign.
No.
Rooksville Chronicle prom night, where everything comes to a head at the high school prom. So very exciting stuff. Really looking forward to that. You guys can catch more of our streams though in the time in between, as we have our Ever Chosen stream on Friday as per usual, which is also sort of heading into the end game as well. And we will have GM's chat on Sunday. And is it behind the GM screen this week? I completely lose track of
Yes.
when those ones are.
Yeah.
Behind the GM's chat this Sunday as well. And Tuesday will be the beginning of a new season of Homebrew Labs. So make sure to come and check out that as well as we create a new monster. But for everyone watching, thank you. We are Wayfarers League, and you can find us at wayfarersleague.com, a community for people who love tabletop RPGs, such as this wonderful chaotic game. And everyone have a good evening. Bye.